You're listening to the Real Estate Proverbs Podcast with host Kevin Jefferson. This is the number one podcast for African American real estate professionals who are doing extraordinary things. It's time to tune in. And now, your host, the People's Lender, Kevin Jefferson.
Welcome to Real Estate Proverbs. I'm your host, Kevin Jefferson. Today we have a special guest, my good old friend from Delaware, Mr. Devin Scott. How you doing, Dev?
I'm all right, Kev. How's it going?
Man, it's going good, man. It's going good. Tell the people a little bit about who you are, brother.
Sure. Well, my name is Devin Scott. I'm from Delaware. I'm a real estate investor, real estate agent, just out here trying to get this money like everybody else.
That's what's up, man. How long you been in real estate?
I've been in real estate, maybe about 17 years now. And you know what? I was thinking about that today. It's funny that you asked me that. You actually put me on to real estate. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember. It's funny you say that. In my first episode, I talk about my journey, and I remember I didn't mention any names, but I said when I was failing the class, I was putting people on and telling them, and then they were getting into the business. It was you and a couple other people joined the business, and I was still trying to get my license. So yeah, I definitely went. Just talked about that journey, and just to hopefully to inspire somebody. Because I don't know if you know, but I took the test 6 times.
I remember that. I didn't know how many times, but I remember, it was challenging.
Yeah, yep, because we was in TFN at the time.
Yeah. But yeah, I remember that first conversation you was telling me about it, and I was looking crazy, like, what you mean? You know, real estate can do this and that, and you work your own hours. That don't sound right, Kat.
Yep, but man, here we are 17 years later, man. Shoot, it's going on 18.
Something like that,
yeah. It's 18 years later, and we still in it. You know what I mean? That's amazing, man. So, Dev, tell me, you've got a unique situation. I know you say you're a realtor, but you're also a real estate investor as well. How many houses did you flip last year?
Last year we did 9 or 10. I say 9 or 10 because some of them might have flip-flopped over into the new year. You know what I mean? Okay. But around 10 last year total. We got about 9 going on right now. So that's a nice jump start, for 2021. I hope to do some more as well.
What's the goal for 2021?
Well, with the 9 we got going on now, of course, to sell those. And I'd like to do 8 more at least.
8 more, so 17.
Yeah. And I always say at least just because you don't ever want to put a maximum, on your game. But yeah, that I would be happy with 8 more in addition to the ones we already got in process.
Gotcha. That's awesome, man. So how do you do it? Like, are you full-time investor, like full-time realtor, full-time, what do you do? What's your scope of your business look like?
Sure. Actually, I got a full-time job. So I form Delaware LLCs. That's my main job. So what I do is I put a team in place for my investing business. I have an assistant, who does a lot of the day-to-day, is very valuable. She meets with the contractors. She pays them. She sets up the scope of works, so she's invaluable, you know what I mean? She does. And I kind of just, call the plays and do it from my job.
Wow. So you said that you have a 9 to 5 and you flipped 10 houses last year.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy. You flip more houses than the average person that's doing it full time.
I mean, in my situation, because of the system in place, there's just no need to leave my job. The job is good to me, got a system in place. So until I can't do what I do, I do what I do.
Wow. So you can do 17. You can pretty much double what you did last year and still be able to stay on your job.
I hope so. We'll see. Every day I'm working on the system.
Wow. So how many crews do you have?
Well, crews come and go, as we keep, 1 or 2 crews like on payroll that we pay personally, and they don't really work for anyone else other than us, and then, the more deals we pick up, we're always looking for more crews. So that crews are something that, that's something that we're never going to have enough of.
Right.
So we're always looking for more crews, and, they come and go. Some of them stick, from job to job. Others they'll, get some work and then they'll leave on to the next job because they have other clients, and that's cool too. But yeah, we're always looking for more good help.
Wow. How do you get your inventory? How do you get the houses that you're looking for?
Mostly the MLS. Most of the MLS. It sounds crazy because a lot of people say they can't find good deals on MLS, but I go for it. It doesn't really matter what they're asking for the property. I just do the numbers, see what I can pay for it, and I just put in offers. Sometimes I'll go a week and I'll put in an offer every day.
So you said, so if you put an offer in, how often do your offers get accepted?
Not very often. Not very often, but when they do, the deal's sweet.
Yeah. What gave you the wherewithal to just do it? And I say that because we've known each other for about 17, 18 years. So what made you just be like, I don't care what they say? Because I know me, I'm always apprehensive when making an offer, but I know you'd be like, all right, I don't care. I'm gonna offer this, and this is what I want. If they say no, I just go to the next one. So where did that come from?
Well, kind of like that risk reward ratio. If they say no, what do I lose?
Right.
But if they say yeah, or if they counter, now we're in the ball game. Now we can do something. But if I sit there and I say, I'm not wasting 10 minutes on writing this offer, and then you slap yourself in the face like, it's 10 minutes. It's 10 minutes to write this offer. If they accept it, it's possible, commission in $25,000, $30,000,
Wow. Do you have a price point that you stay within, or it doesn't matter? It's a numbers game.
It's just a numbers game. Our niche has been the lower the better, just because it's quicker. You get in, you get out. In 2020, we did a couple bigger deals. That kind of slowed us down a bit. So I like the quick ones. The lower price properties that the small ranchers, the 3-bedroom, 2 baths, where you can get in, get out, and move on to the next.
Gotcha. And in terms of what was the best deal that you had last year? Like one that you was like, bingo.
Bingo. All right, let me see here. I picked up one in Bridgeville, and it was either the beginning of 2020 or it might have been the end of 2019. But that was surprisingly made about double what I expected to make on that one.
Wow.
I think I made about 60 G's on that one.
How much was the property?
I bought it for about somewhere around 40.
Wow. And how much you put into it?
About 50.
And you made 60. Wow.
Right.
That's crazy. That's definitely crazy. So what about your worst deal that you've had last year?
Worst deal last year. It was a bigger deal. Another one of those bigger deals, man. It just took too long to finish. And that's gonna happen in this game. You know that. So we look at it as a learning experience. The crew got better. We tailored our system, made some adjustments. We didn't lose money, but it just took a long time to make $10. You know what I mean?
Right. Gotcha. And at what point, because working 9 to 5, did you always start out with an assistant, or was it something that once you scaled, you knew you had to put a system in place?
Well, when I started, I had a partner. and we both had jobs, so we both kind of handled the work, et cetera, et cetera. However, then when I went on to continue flipping on my own, I saw that was necessary. We tried it out for a bit, and it was necessary.
Necessary. That's amazing, man. And so your assistant, she pretty much does everything. Like, how do you guys communicate while you're at work, or she has the green light?
Well, she has a green light for a lot of things. Normally we talk in the mornings before work, before I get to the job, and then we have a weekly meeting in the evenings. After work, once a week we'll have a meeting, but we talk, every single day, before and after work.
Wow. Do you have a real estate coach or anything?
Did I what now?
Do you have a real estate coach? Like, how did you just really start digging in?
A real estate coach, shoot the streets, the streets, the books, the internet, Grant Cardone, I just dove in.
So if someone brings you a deal, how do you evaluate it?
Okay, good deal. So that's a great question, because I love talking about it. So what I do is I take the property, I take a look at it, and take a look at the comparables, and I look at that property and say, what is going to be the after repair value? And I look at similar homes that look the way I want this house to look in the end after we fix it up, and I get the cost on that, and then I subtract the fees that I'm gonna have to spend in buying it, rehabbing it, going to closing twice, one to buy, one to sell, all those things, put in a little extra for, miscellaneous things like that, real estate commissions, all that stuff. Subtract all that, and then subtract how much I want to make on the deal, depending on how challenging that deal is going to be. And once I subtract that, then I have my offer price.
Gotcha. So you said that most of your deals come from the MLS. Do you deal with any wholesalers or anything?
Oh yeah, we've done deals with wholesalers as well. We encourage that. Anybody that has a deal, if they want to push it at me, we encourage it. We look at a couple deals from wholesalers, a couple deals a week from them. It's just that the MLS is right there in your face every day. But yeah, wholesalers has been great. We've done online auctions. We got a couple deals through that. That worked out well. Sometimes just word of mouth.
And the online auctions, explain to me about that. How does that work?
Sure. I won't name the website because then, my competition going here and they're going to be all on it. But there's a couple different websites out there where they have houses for sale. A lot of times they're foreclosures where the banks then pick them up, and they have a price listed, but you go in and you bid on it, and it's like it's not a silent auction, because when you make a bid, everyone else sees it. They just don't know who you are. Right. And it may last like a week, and sometimes they don't get their number. If they don't get their number, they'll lower their number, and a month goes by, they keep lowering their number. Eventually they're in my ballpark.
Gotcha. So the other thing is, so with all these deals, how do you get your funding for them?
Well, I use Del REA, Delaware Real Estate Investor Association. I can share that because it's enough money in there for everybody. We don't need. But yeah, so I started going to the meetings a couple years ago. It's just a little local, real estate organization. You get training. They fund your deals if it's a good deal. And the best part about that is they're going to look at the deal too. So you look at the deal, you decide it's a good deal. They're going to come behind you and double check it, make sure it's a good deal. And if the deal works, if they can get paid and you can get paid, they'll fund it.
Gotcha. So Del REA, Have you had any partners since you and your partner decided to go different ways?
Since then, now it's just been me and my assistant.
Hold on, Dev. So when you and your partner decided to do something, when your partner decided to do something different, have you had any partners since?
No, I haven't. Immediately after that, that's when I got my assistant. So it's just been me and her since then.
So she's kind of like your partner.
Yeah, absolutely like it.
That's what's up. So how'd you find her? Because you're dealing with, I mean, worst case scenario, $1 million worth of properties each year.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you, and she pays the contractors, where do you find somebody at and like that you can trust and able to establish, your $1 million business with?
Hey, I said, look at God. Look at God. Look, she actually found me. So, she, saw what I was doing, and, it turns out we knew the same people. And she knew some people from my family. So she reached out, we kind of started talking about what our goals were and what she was looking to do and how that could help me. We gave it a try and it stuck.
Wow. That's crazy, man. That's awesome though. It's definitely awesome. That's awesome. So what words of wisdom would you have for somebody who is looking to get started in real estate and they already have a 9-to-5? Where would you have them start at?
I would have them start with getting their license.
Interesting.
I would start with getting your license because, you might hear some people say you don't need it, and you don't need it. However, it can't hurt. And it allows you to, number one, yet that's another stream of income, while you're investing. If you get a listing here or a buyer there, that's more money. But you learn a lot along the way by having your license,
right.
Because instead of just working for yourself, now you work for other people, and you're learning along the way. So, yeah, if you want to be serious about it, if it's not just like a short term, if you want to be in it for the long haul, I would say grab your license, get your real estate license, knock that out, and then continue to learn as you go.
Wow. That's interesting because a lot of people that I talk to, a lot of realtors, they get in the business to so they can have their license so they can invest. And they come to find out that having your real estate license doesn't teach you how to be an investor. It just gives you access to MLS properties.
Right.
So a lot of them haven't done any investing because they don't know how to.
Right. And and they're right. You don't need it, but having access to the MLS and having access to going into properties on your own without calling your realtor up every time, that's valuable, because as a good investor, you got to look at a lot of properties before you buy one. I look at properties before work, some morning. It's dark outside when I'm looking at properties. Like, what realtor wants to be out there with me, every single morning, knowing that there's a good chance I might not buy that one,
Yeah.
So I get to see properties that, a new investor that's not their own agent may not get to see.
Wow. So I want to backtrack a little bit, man, because I know a lot about you. When we met, not when we met, when we started talking about real estate and you decide you want to do it, you were dead set against fixing and flipping. You were buying hold. What made you switch?
Ignorant. I was ignorant. The reason why I had that attitude is because I didn't know about it, and that's a learning experience right there. When you don't know about something, you say, oh, I ain't doing that, but once I guess, throughout experience and talking to people and meeting people and reading and, once you start hearing about it and you learn about it, you like anything, it kind of grows on you.
Right. Which is crazy because I wasn't a buy and hold person. I was more so fix and flip. And now I do buy and holds more than anything. Yeah, I guess just the evolution of what you're looking to do. So in terms of properties, what areas do you look at? Does it have to be a certain type, or is it strictly the numbers? Because I've seen some of the stuff you've done, and I've seen it's a little bit of everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Well, we start looking what's close to home. Close to home is best just because it's convenient, but we don't stick close to home. If we can't find a deal, we just spread out, and I mean, there's really no limit. I'll flip a house anywhere. I think I can do it. Like, if it's 5 hours away, if I feel confident I can find a crew 5 hours away and it's able to manage from that distance, I'll do it. Not done that far yet. You know how that goes.
What's the furthest you've done?
Let's see. We've done Sussex and Kent County. So we've only done Delaware.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Sussex and Kent. Do you have any, I know you're still fix and flip. Do you have any buy and holds?
Yeah, I still got my rentals, because I started out in rentals. So, that gave me a lot of knowledge there too and experience. But yeah, I hold about, let's see, still that I just hold that I rent them out.
How many?
And I said about 9. I say that because I sold a couple off in the past 2 years. But yeah, still 9 units left.
Gotcha. So I know you semi did some house hacking. You still do that? Where you had
yeah, I started off doing that, but I don't do that no more. But that worked beautifully in the beginning. Bought first house, which was a single family, and I split it into 2. And after a couple of years, on an addition on the side of it, and then I split it into 3. And now a couple of years, and then I moved out. Now I still have that one too. Now it's a triplex.
Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. What can we look for out of you and your investing? It's D-Gas, right?
D-Gas Inc.
D-Gas Inc. Yep. What can we look for in the future out of you guys as far as expanding? Are you expanding into new construction, or are you going to stick with buy and hold? I mean, fix and flip.
To be honest with you, we're not going to stick to anything. We're going to continue to grow. We're going to do the fix and flip. We're going to start to obtain more rentals to add to the portfolio. I mean, we might even start a reality show, a fix and flip reality show such as County Delaware. There's really no limit. It's just, putting a system in place so that we can maintain it as we expand. Wow,
that's cool. Well, man, listen, you gave us a lot of good gems, a lot of great information. We're definitely, I'm going to have you on for part 2, probably closer towards the end of the year to see if you met them goals, man.
Yeah.
If people have questions or want to check you out, where can they find you at on social media?
Sure. Devin Scott Real Estate on Facebook, or Devin Scott on Instagram. Ain't that good at checking my Instagram, but I will do better at that.
All right, man. I appreciate you, man. Thanks for coming out. You have a good one. If you like this podcast, please like, subscribe, share, and comment. And I'm your host, Kevin Jefferson. Have a great day.